Hello indie game fans, I have 10 titles in this video with confirmed release dates, with a whole bunch of all-action titles from shooters to Metroidvanias, so let's begin with Wrath, Aeon of Ruin, a pretty popular boomer shooter title from the people that worked in and around the Quake scene back in the day, with this being powered by Quake 1 tech, so it is certainly a throwback. First released in early access in 2019, this got a 1.0 date in February 2024, and yes, it's the end of the year, so we will begin to see more and more games declare for next year. The extremely popular cosmic horror fishing game DREDGE is one of the most successful indie games of the year and has easily netted the developer millions of dollars even after accounting for the publisher's cut, which is not too shabby for a team of I believe about 4 people, and after releasing 3 free updates, just announced the Pale Reach, which I think is supposed to be paid but no indication of price is given, adding a new icy region with new sea monsters, fish and a chilling secret or two to uncover, looking like a worthy addition. This video is brought to you by OVERLODE, a roguelite defense RTS title, which is a very interesting mix of ideas in which you command a squad of clones used to protect autonomous mobile harvesters as they go about mining a powerful energy source named Asmonite on alien planets due to humanity's never-ending quest for energy. Of course, the local aliens named Arcanids are not happy about it, with your guns and turrets standing between them and your goals. This does have survivor-style elements to it, in having enemies swarm you from all sides in large numbers, but critically, it's not really a bullet heaven title. Rather, your clone soldiers act on their own accord, choosing their own targets and with accuracy based on their level and weapon proficiency, and you as the commander place down cards in real time using these special abilities to help fight off the aliens. It has a roguelite campaign which spans across 3 unique planets, leveling and RPG-style elements for your clone soldiers, intense nail-biting strategic action in every mission, and endless replayability due to procedural generation, as well as an ascension system for additional difficulty modifiers, so if interested, wishlist the game on Steam via the link in the description below. I was thinking of a way to describe this game in that, yes, while it has a first-person perspective, a throwback look as well as first-person combat, it's not exactly a boomer shooter where GRAVEN actually self-describes itself as a gritty action first-person puzzler, which seems kind of weird as well. And then the Steam reviews revealed a point of comparison in Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. You don't get many of these types of games these days, since they are pretty linear action titles without the open world sprawl, but also doesn't stray into the immersive sim territory like Gloomwood, with the mixed reviews on Steam generally indicating something amiss with this title, but they're pushing through and will release out of early access in 2024 and might be one to watch.
Love is everywhere in KarmaZoo. Some of that love comes from sharing your good karma, and some from good competition. Ah, the raptor. You can swiftly run back to save a falling body, and rush to reach the exit after time runs out. Or just sprint as fast as you can to outpace your back.
KarmaZoo has to be one of the weirder games that Devolver has published, since this is a cooperative platformer title, but get this, it is for up to 10 players, each being able to choose from one of 50 animals to play as. Each animal has their own special abilities, with the difficulty and complexity of the levels adapting to the number of players. So it is procedural generation, but isn't a roguelite as we understand it in the modern context. Helping others or sacrificing yourself for the good of others gives you karma, which allows you to unlock new characters and abilities, so it's a weird social experiment kind of game which is fascinating. 3D Realms held their Realms Deep event, which is where a number of these titles came from, such as Wizordum, a boomer shooter title with a throwback look, and interestingly, it's inspired by Hexen, so that means, generally, more spells, magic and medieval weaponry as compared to guns. play as one of the last mages of the Wizordum Sanctuary, having to find and defeat the source of corruption in order to save the kingdom. The throwback look is excellently done, having some amazing pixel art as well, with action that looks fast and level design that looks neat. So if you're a fan of Hexen, be sure to wishlist this title and look forward to the release in November. Folks, I was pretty sure that this long in development roguelike platformer was dead since it was announced so many years ago and has been radio silent ever since, so imagine my surprise when we not only got a new trailer for GUNHEAD, but also that it has a release date and it is very soon.
Central core destroyed. I knew I had a good feeling.
You play as a pirate mech who has a gun for a head, hence the title, in which you are exploring and looting derelict spaceships and defeating the drones within, who just so happen to be made of bone and steel. Longtime indie game fans may be familiar with games like Tower of Guns and its sequel Mother Gunship, with this looking to be fairly similar, but the cel-shaded art style looks neat and is actually the direct sequel to Cryptarch from 2017, which was a side-scrolling title, so let's see if the years in development will pay off, with the mech customization aspects looking impressive. I've had my eye on spells and secrets for quite a while since this Magic Academy roguelite title looks good, in which you play as a student whose school is under attack from magical creatures and you have to use your magic creatively in order to save the day. The Magic Academy setting is always interesting, with people looking for alternatives, so this looks like a good attempt, and while it does look kind of adorable, it's a roguelite through and through. This means run-based gameplay, but permanent upgrades to unlock in between runs, adding in character customization, as well as a larger mystery of uncovering the secrets of the castle, and will be releasing in November, and excitingly, is not an early access release.
Adventurers once fought to bring peace to the realm of Farul and avenge a murdered king, but now a new peril threatens its people. The once peaceful and benevolent queen has turned against her subjects, casting Farul into darkness and despair. The resistance is rising, and the fight for freedom has begun.
One of the secretly most popular roguelite titles is the original For the King from 2018, which has an astounding 25,000 Steam reviews as of recording, making the sequel a title of interest. It's a roguelite RPG title in which your party of adventurers take on various quests, with positioning and combat being important, with this sequel looking to be a bigger and better version of the original, so it should be an even bigger success. I know that quite a number of you don't watch short-form videos, so in case you missed it, the pixel art Metroidvania title The Last Faith has a confirmed release date, which was originally penciled in for October 2023, but it has since been confirmed for November 15th. This is one of my most anticipated games of the year, and will be releasing a couple of days before my birthday, so I'll count it as an early birthday present, so if the developers are watching, don't disappoint me and release a great game. I've often said that this is the what-if scenario if Castlevania was still in active development in 2023, but where the developers chose to continue using pixel art instead of moving towards polygonal models. The story, from what I can tell, is similar to that of Bloodborne, of a cursed city whose inhabitants have been transformed into monsters, with the action being the most important part, although from the comments, some of you are worried about this game from how it played during its latest demo. I usually don't advise developers to announce the release date of their game 1 to 2 weeks before launch, since the more time you have, the more time you get to use to promote your game, and hopefully it gets picked up by games media and creators, but apparently the developers and publisher of Laika Age Through Blood feels confident enough in their game and announced it 2 weeks out. This is a self-styled Metroidvania title in which exploration and even combat takes place on your bike, so it is definitely unique and has a good look as well. This developer did just release the deck-building first-person shooter Friends vs Friends in May, which has 5,000 Steam reviews, which is impressive considering that it's an indie PvP first-person shooter, so it looks like they have enough buffer to put this out and could be one of the best games of the year, and where you can find my other selections in this video.